Hey class, welcome to the second part of our Chapter 1 review. We previously did a mid-chapter review to prepare for your first quiz, and that review covered sections 1.2 through 1.6. Today we will be going over the new material that will be included on your Chapter 1 test, which is next class period. Now, if you still need some help or a refresher on the first half of this chapter, then I recommend going back to our YouTube page and watching our original review video. Because today we are just going to focus on our new content, which introduced us to order of operations, expressions, and equations. So first we're going to start off by simplifying expressions. Now to do this, we use the order of operations. And our nickname for that is PEMDAS. It tells me what order to do my operations in. So if I look at my first example, the first step is parentheses. I have parentheses, so I'm going to look inside of them and see, can I add this together? Well, I wouldn't go straight to adding because we have exponents in these parentheses. So that's my first step. So this will become 25. And I bring down the 7, then I bring down the divided by 4 times 2 cubed. Now I do what's inside the parentheses. 7 plus 25 is 32 divided by 4 times 2 cubed. Now, we've done all of our parentheses. So we move on to exponents, and I still have an exponent. So this will become 32 divided by 4 times 2 cubed, which is 8. Now at this step, we've done our exponents, and now we're at the multiply and divide step. Now this step, we go from left to right. So I would start with 32 divided by 4, which is 8. And then I bring down the times 8. And 8 times 8 gives me 64. So our answer for this one was 64. All right, next up, we have 18 plus 6 over 2 to the 4th plus 8. So for this one, we look and see, do we have any parentheses? No. So I can skip that step. Do I have any exponents? Yes, I do. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I'll rewrite this. 18 plus 6 over 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16 plus 8. All right, so 18 plus 6 over 16 plus 8. Now, I look at these two pieces of this equation as being grouped. They have been grouped together as a numerator and a denominator. So I'm going to solve them individually first. So first, I'm going to do 18 plus 6. That gives me 24. And then I'm going to do 16 plus 8. That's also 24. So our answer, 24 over 24, simplifies to 1. Moving on, hopefully you've already done this. If not, pause the video, try it now, and then join me to check your work. Here I have parentheses, so I'm going to start there. So this will become 7 times 9 minus 6 is 3. I replace what inside the parentheses with the answer I got from my subtraction. Then I bring down plus 3, and 3 squared minus 3. Now at this point, we have exponents and parentheses, but these parentheses are not grouping symbols. They're just there to show that we are multiplying. So I'm going to do exponents first. And this will become 7 times 3 plus 3 over 9 minus 3. Now, from here, I look and see, okay, I don't have any more parentheses. I don't have any more exponents. So now it's time to multiply or divide. So I'm going to multiply. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 3 over 9 minus 3. 21 plus 3 is 24. 9 minus 3 is 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. All right, and our last one. Now, a lot of students will automatically want to do 6 plus 9 first, just because we see it first. But really, PEMDAS tells us to divide first. So this would be rewritten as 6 plus 3, because 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So that's how we simplify using PEMDAS. The next topic on the test is algebraic translations. So we're going to practice translating a verbal expression into an algebraic expression. The first one says, the difference. Well, difference tells me I'm going to be subtracting. The difference of a number. Well, when it's a number, we replace it with a variable. So the difference of a number and 500. So we would rewrite this as x minus 500. The next one, 20 decreased by a number. So we would start with 20. Decreased by tells me we are subtracting, and a number, that will be a variable. So it would be 20 minus x. The quotient of 16 and a number. Now, quotient is division. So we would do 16 divided by x. And then it says it needs to be decreased by 3. So minus 3. Next up, the product of 5 and a number. So product we can write two ways. We could write 5 times x, or we could just write 5x. Both of those are equivalent. And then the sum, so addition, the sum of twice, that means we're multiplying by 2, a number, and 4. So the sum, I'm going to be adding, and what am I adding together? Twice a number, so that's 2x, and 4. So that's 4. The sum of twice a number and 4. So those are my algebraic translations. Now we are going to move on to evaluating algebraic expressions. Now when we are asked to evaluate, they will give us some information. In these examples, they are giving us the values for x, y, and z. So to evaluate, we want to know what is the value of this expression if these are the mystery numbers. So you're going to take the info they give you and plug that puzzle piece into the equation. So for example, our first question, y cubed minus 4x. So I'm going to replace the y with 5. So 5 cubed minus 4, and the x is 2. So 4 times 2. Now 5 cubed is 125 minus 4 times 2, which is 8. Now, from here, we do 125 minus 8, and we get 117. That is our answer. So for the next one, 6 plus 3x divided by z. So in this one, we are going to replace the x and the z with 2 and 3. So I'll rewrite this as 6 plus 3 times 2 over 3. Then I simplify. 6 plus 3 times 2 is 6 over 3. 6 plus 6 is 12 over 3. And remember, now that we're doing algebra, when I see a fraction, it's really telling me to divide. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So our answer is 4. Next up, 8 minus y minus x. So I'm going to plug 5 in where the y goes, minus 2 for the x. Now, PEMDAS tells me to solve what's inside the parentheses first. So we'll do 8 minus 3. And 8 minus 3 is 5. All right, now let's move on. The next one, I have x and y next to each other. Remember, that means they're being multiplied. So I would rewrite this as 2 times 5 plus 1 squared. I plugged in the 2 where the x goes and the 5 where the y goes. Now they were right next to each other, so remember that means we're multiplying. So this would be 10 plus 1 squared. 10 plus 1 is 11 squared. And 11 squared, 11 times 11, that gives us 121. Next up, 6z plus 2y over 4. So I'm going to replace the z with the 3 plus 2y equals 5 over 4. Now I evaluate. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 times 5 is 10 over 4. 18 plus 10 is 28 over 4. And that equals 7. Now the last one, we have 3yz squared. Now I want you to first notice, there is no parenthesis around these three terms. So that means the z is the only thing that is being squared. So we could rewrite this as 3 times y, which is 5, times 3 squared. Then we add 1. So from here I multiply, but before I multiply, I remember, oops, I have an exponent. I need to do that first. So this will be 3 times 5 times 9 plus 1. Now 3 times 5 is 15 times 9 plus 1. And I know I will have some students that want to do 9 plus 1 equals 10 and then multiply that by 15. It doesn't work that way. We've got to follow PEMDAS, which tells me to multiply first. So 15 times 9 is 135 plus 1. Our answer is 136. So that's how you will evaluate your expressions. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we are going to check solutions to equations. Now, a solution is a number that would give us or result in a true statement. So for the first one, is 3 a solution of 24 equals 80n? So to check that, we are going to ask ourselves, does n equal 3? Does it work that way? So to check it, I have to plug the 3 in where the n is. So this would be 24 equals 80 times 3. This is already suspicious. Now, if I do 80 times 3, that's 240. Well, 24 is not equal to 240. So no, 3 is not a solution. Now, the next example, they might give us 3 different numbers to check to see if they are solutions, to see if they make a true statement. So when this happens, you have to check each one. So if there are 3 numbers in the set, you should be doing your equation 3 times. So first I'm going to check 0. 6 times 0 plus 2 equals 26. Then I'll check the 2. 6 times 2 plus 2 equals 26. And then the 4. 6 times 4 plus 2 equals 26. So from here, I've plugged in each of the numbers in my set, and now I'm going to see which one gives me a true statement. So first, 6 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and 2 does not equal 26. So this is a no. Next up, I'm checking to see if 2 is a solution. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 equals 26. Well, 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 does not equal 26. So this one is also a no. Last one, now I'm going to check if 4 is a solution. So 6 times 4 is 24. Bring down the rest of the equation. And then I add 24 plus 2, that's 26. So yes, 4 is a solution to 6n plus 2 equals 26. Now, if you still feel fuzzy about any of these topics, please make a plan to come see me before school or during lunch and advisory so I can help you out. Good luck studying. You're gonna do great. Let's make this the best first test of the year that we can. Good luck, guys.